everybody, it's Leslie, the Hungry Housewife, and I made the coolest cake for my son this weekend. It was called the Petal cake. Son, petal, kind of doesn't go together, but people in my household, they're testers, you know? If I have something new I want to test, they get tested on. So it was his birthday. I wanted to do this new frosting technique that I saw, and so he was my guinea pig, and everybody loved it, and I put it on Instagram, and people went crazy, and Facebook, so I thought I'd do a tutorial, and it's really easy, like really, really easy. It's just time consuming. Again, it's called the Petal technique, and if you Google it, it's like been around forever. I saw like even like a 1950s little catalog thing that had the Petal technique. So it's easy, and I don't know where it came from, and I'm not saying that I invented it, because you don't invent anything these days. You know, people get so up in they're all panties in a wad. But so I don't know where it came from. It's been around forever. It's the Petal technique. So I'm just sharing my knowledge. Okay. So what you need? You need a cake, and this is embarrassing, but I had cakes in the freezer. They weren't going to get eaten. I was not going to make y'all a fancy cake and do the fancy crumb coating. So you're going to have to excuse the cake. Cake with crumb coating. An offset spatula with a nice rounded tip. Okay, rounded tip. You could even use a spoon. You need frosting. You need lots of frosting. Like 1.5 times your normal frosting to frost your cake. You need that much, even maybe double. And you need a number 12 tip. Excuse me. I hope you can see that better. So good. So it's just an open tip right there. It's a bigger tip than normal. They sell it at craft store or your cake store, whatever. And I'm going to show you how to do the Petal technique, just the normal Petal technique, and then people went crazy over the ombre. You know what ombre is? It's like a graduating color. Like I keep seeing a shadow outside my door. So weird. It's like a graduating color. So I'll also show you how to do that. So bear with me for just a second. Okay, I told you the cake was horrid looking. It's just horrible looking. Okay, so let me show you in like a blue frosting so you can really get the effect of how it looks. Okay, so to do the Petal technique, like I said, really easy. You just make... let me smush my thing in the cake. Okay, smooth that out. Pretty. Okay, you make dots all the way down your cake in a straight line. Really, my 5-year-old could do this, okay? Or actually, she's 6, gonna be 7, so forgive me, I don't know my children's age. Okay, and then you have the line that you pipe down your cake. Then you take your offset spatula or a baby spoon if you have it, or even a small knife could do, and then you go in the middle of your dot, press down, and then drag it. In the middle, press down and drag. And like, you could even use a bigger tip, and you'd have huge dots. That would be pretty cool. So drag and drag. Okay, so now you're done with that, and you're like, okay, big deal. You gotta make your second line, people. You have to go all the way around the cake like this. That's the time-consuming part. Okay, now where would you put the next row? I don't know. We'll say like 1/4 of an inch over. You just make another row of dots. This is so hard. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Cakes don't have to be perfect. Actually, I think messy cakes are actually pretty cool. Okay, and then you do the same thing. You drag it and you drop it. Or drag it. Not drag and drop. What am I talking about? You just drag it. Okay, see how we're getting a little Petal technique down here. And we'll just do a 3rd row for you. Just so you can get the visual. Okay. And then, what I'm also going to do, you need to wipe your spatula every once in a while, because sometimes the other color frosting likes to creep its way in. Okay. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so let me find a really horrible spot of my cake. Okay, so say you frosted your cake, you're like, oh my god, this is like the worst frosting cake I've ever seen. Just do the Petal technique, because look, you can't see anything, it just covers it up. So I'm going to show you the ombre cake. This is what I did for my son, and it's so cool. It's in the picture above with these same exact frosting colors. You take your frosting, you divide it into 6 containers, bowls, whatever, and then you start with white, and in each container you add a drop more food coloring of whatever color you want to do. So like with the second one I added 1 drop. With the third one I added 2 drops, 3 drops. You get it? So you're graduating the color. All right. So for the ombre look, you start with the white and then you use darker frosting as you go down. And excuse me, my frostings are all mixed up here. All right. So, isn't this easy, y'all? See? I don't do anything hard on this website. Y'all should know that by now. Okay, so then, and it's really important if you're doing the graduating color that you wipe your spatula in between each swipe, because the colors definitely will want to bleed. All right, drag, drag, drag. Okay, I'm gonna do one more row and then I'm gonna show you a couple more techniques and then we're gonna call it a day because I'm sure you're busy and you don't feel like watching a video all day long. Okay. You see, I'm not being neat here and it still kind of looks pretty cool. If this was a normal, you know, if this was a cake that I was gonna be showing off to people, I would definitely be more diligent and make it neater. So do that. Okay. So you see how that would be so cool. I mean, you can totally look at the picture above and see how beautiful it is, but it's graduating color down. You can use any color you want. Okay, now this poor cake, we're gonna take some of that frosting off. And I'm gonna show you a couple more petal techniques, and all I'm doing is switching the way I'm dragging and placing the dots. So we'll do dark blue because it's a dark blue kind of day. Okay, so if you want like a waterfall looking cake, you would start at the bottom of your cake, put a dot, and then drag up. And then drag it up. So I'm making a complete mess here today. So what it would look like is like water dripping down your cake. See, I didn't wipe my spatula and it got all drippy like that. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to show you is the opposite. Well, actually I have one more. I have 2 more. Okay, so this one you would start the dot at the top of the cake and then pull down on it. And pull down. Okay, so you see how that kind of looks like going up. I don't know how to explain it. Seriously, you guys, if you don't know what to do with your frosting, do the petal technique. Everybody oohs and ahs over it. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you need to reference this back for any reason, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. But if you need to reference this back, there'll be photos on the bottom of how to do it too. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.